What's going on, you guys? Jay here, and welcome back to the channel. So don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you get an opportunity on the way out, drop a comment. It's really going to help us out here on the channel. So before we get into the bulk update of this video, we start going into all of these different positives that I'm looking at from my perspective at the moment. I want to get you guys up to date on what's really piquing my interest at the moment. And Bo Hines is at the top of my list because Trump has just appointed Mr. Hines to the Presidential Council on Digital Assets. So this guy in himself is going to have a lot of say and a lot of sway over how the cryptocurrency ecosystem is molded and adopted going forward. So this affects absolutely all of us in the same way that the stock market affects the cryptocurrency market, and that affects us. So again, this is going to be a guy you're going to want to pay attention to. He does have an X account. I'll leave links to it in the description. I'm also working on a profile video, if you would call it that, a really kind of background information video going over Bo Hines, what he stands for, and what we could be possibly seeing from Mr. Hines in the future. Again, I'm going to be paying massive amounts of attention to Mr. Hines going forward. Something else that is really, really good to see at the moment is all of the people that are involving themselves with XRP, with RLUSD. As a lot of you know here on the channel, I'm a big believer in XRP, and I chose to dollar cost average solely into XRP. I didn't choose to go for Bitcoin or Ethereum, only XRP. I accumulated a lot of my coins between 20 cents and 60 cents. I don't think I ever purchased any above that price. And at this moment in time, it's probably one of the better trades that I've made, and it will probably continue to pay off in the coming future. And honestly, a lot of people say, is this a good point in time to get involved with the XRP? And when I look at it, it's not dumping. We're not seeing a buy the rumor, sell the news. And these are the kind of indicators I would look at if I was thinking about dollar cost averaging into a position. But again, it's looking really good. It's looking really positive. Something that's caught my eye this morning as I've woke up, and this is around 53 minutes ago from the time of recording this video, which is around 6 a.m. here where I'm currently at. The Internal Revenue Service has now clarified that rewards from cryptocurrency staking are taxable as income at the time they are received. So from my perspective, if you're from the United States, how does this affect auto compounding? So what I'm going to do is dive further into this new ruling that's been brought forward and see how it actually affects staking, auto compounding, and the reward side of the Terra Classic ecosystem for the United States users. So keep an eye out for that one. It's going to be quite important for those of you who like to make sure you're on the ball with absolutely everything. And going forward in crypto, I think a lot of people need to remember that it's immutable technology, meaning that everything is trackable and traceable at this point. So just go easy, make sure you're doing all of the right things, and be prepared wherever you can be. Today, we're going to be rolling out the final stage of our 2024 LUNCDash roadmap, and it's a good way for us to finish the year here. And I think the only thing past this is going to be getting everything introduced to the coin market cap infrastructure system that Allnodes is now in control of. So keep an eye out for the next videos that are coming today. They'll give you everything you need to know in regards to LUNCDash and how we're finishing 2024. Links to absolutely everything in the description. You can also use the official link tree. You can join the Telegram through this. All of the links nice and neatly tucked away here, and this can be found, like I said, in the links to this description, or you can head over to the official X profile and grab it there. So do keep yourselves up to date. That's as best as you can do as you're traversing through the LUNC environment. Now, all restrictions from my perspective, again, other people might feel different, but there's not really any restrictions anymore with LUNC. We've got all of the different tools we need. If you need to go and do your taxes and get the CSV now, you can do that. If you want to get chain data, you can go and do that. Even now to the point of where the tax handling, the burn taxes, everything has now been simplified. And this all started, I don't know, like 2 years ago. And it got to the point of where it was going to be like $40,000 Myself and Strafe, we had a conversation and no one could really figure this out. So I gave a very simplified way of solving it. And it turns out that was the correct way to do things. And now we've got that in place. Again, there are no restrictions for projects. There's no restrictions for developers. There's no restrictions if you want to go and buy LUNC. You can get it anywhere. Okay. And I really mean it when I say this. You can get it anywhere. I don't see any regions or any countries where you couldn't go and get yourself some LUNC coins. Even if you've got a swap for a few different currencies, it's still doable. There are absolutely zero restrictions, and all of the different people that want to now try and complicate things by introducing a crazy 1.5% burn tax are just trying to set us back 2 years worth of work again. And don't get me wrong, burn taxes are great. That's what I kind of explained in the previous video. It's a necessary evil that this chain must endure if it wants to have any chance of chipping down on the supply. But we can't expect a 1.5% burn tax to get us out of the situation we inherited from the Terra Luna ecosystem. It's simply not going to work. Instead, what we need to show everybody on the outside is there are no limits or restrictions to what you can or cannot do in our ecosystem. You yourself as a validator can arrive on this blockchain and you're going to get a hand-drawn guide on each update. That's something you don't find in many places. This means someone who has a zero understanding of how to maintain, run, and spin up a validator can actually do it. And that in itself removes a lot of restrictions that you yourself as an everyday average Joe would find. They're gone. If you want to go and purchase Terra Classic, like I've shown in my previous video, there really aren't any limitations on it. You can go and grab it from so many different places. CXs, DXs, and again, I went and I checked, there are no limitations on where you can buy it. There is an opportunity out there for everybody to involve themselves with the Terra Classic ecosystem if they wanted to. So again, is raising the burn taxes going to fix the problem of getting more people from the overall cosmos to come in and use Terra Classic? Of course it's not. What we need is something outside of the box, something new. But again, in order for someone to come and build and develop something outside of the box, like I'm saying, they need to know that the chain has everything. There are no limits. There are no restrictions. If you've got a good idea, you could even possibly be funded for that idea. We've got development teams that have consistently worked with the paid per job parameter that's manually been put in place. Again, this is a manual rule that has been set up and it's maintained by the active set and the community. So it shows how committed we all can be to one individual singular cause. So for me, what this is kind of producing as an overall picture to everybody on the outside is if you want to get involved with Terra Classic, you can. Another restriction that needs to be removed throughout the course of 2025 is going to be those underlying issues people keep drumming up with the total supply of LUNC being 6.51 trillion and around 5.51 trillion LUNC circulating currently. And the argument that because we've got so many coins, we simply can't rise in price. We can't get above a $1 billion market cap, or we can't do this. And, you know, the amount of coins is holding us back. I think this is one of the most theoretical mind barriers, which is drummed up nonsense based on a very poor understanding of how the supply really does affect the price of the coin. When we look at Shiba Inu, that has 589 trillion coins in circulation currently, yet they've got around a $13 billion market cap. Well, if, like everybody's saying, we are struggling to go up in price because of the amount of coins we've got, how is a layer 2 chain, right, that started as a meme coin able to rise to $13.19 billion market cap with 589 trillion coins in circulation?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
And when you really boil it down and you really start to see the light, you understand that the only thing restricting us in terms of the circulating supply is all of the nonsense that people buy into, that people simply believe. And what happens then is anyone that comes into our ecosystem is led to believe that this is what is holding us back. And if we simply just raise the burn taxes to 2% or 1.5%, everything will magically be fixed. It's not going to. When you begin to summarize this video down, there's absolutely zero restrictions on our blockchain. There's nothing preventing someone from coming on board, building a DApp, building a validator, building a tool, launching a project, launching an NFT collection, launching a coin, swapping, staking, auto compounding, tax tools. Everything is available for someone if they want to involve themselves in the blockchain. As we can see from Shiba Inu, nothing is holding us back in terms of our circulating supply. This is merely a theoretical barrier that has been built in a lot of people's minds. And if we could correct these issues that are underlining with the centralization of the new users coming in and being directed to one of those three places, it's going to help the ecosystem grow. It's going to help for a decentralized distribution of people coming in and seeing Luna Classic, getting involved with Luna Classic, and then maybe deciding later, after they've learned more about the ecosystem, involving themselves in an L2 blockchain. We need to ensure we're seeing the people that are trying to make things more complex. These are the real restrictions, and all of the validators that are actively working against the blockchain, who are not building, doing what they should be doing, spending the commission that they're getting in rewards wisely and putting it back into the ecosystem, ensuring there's a fair balance. These are the things that are holding us back. It's nothing on the chain side. The chain is better than it has ever been at this moment in time. I've never seen a more reliable ecosystem in crypto. We know we've got all of the native technology. We've got absolutely everything. The only thing missing is new users, liquidity, transactions, volume, and all of that comes from one singular thing: new users getting involved with LUNC, and as a byproduct, whatever you want to call it, a variable, burning will happen automatically. And the only way to increase that is by increasing the amount of people that want to get involved with Luna Classic. But let me know what you think. Do you think that there are some negatives we should focus on? Should we pay more attention to USTC? Do you think USTC is a fixable asset? I'm currently of the understanding that USTC is what it is at this moment in time. It's good to have it. It's good to have the rewards. And I don't think any changes should be made to it. It should be left to live out its life in peace. And we just focus on getting Luna Classic back to where it needs to be. And then maybe once we fix the number one thing on the list, everything else will start to benefit in a nice trickle down effect, and everybody can see more overall rewards. More people would be inclined to come on chain, and that's what we're trying to achieve. So again, guys, keep an eye on LUNCDash today. Join the groups, keep yourself updated. We're going to be dropping the final part of our 2024 roadmap, and aside that, just stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and I'll catch you in the next one. Shoo!